Hi, my name is Grace Steinhauser. The date is 8/8/21. This is my cheat sheet, or my sheet that I will be referring to. I won't be reading from it, but I will be referring to it. Today I will be talking about osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is the degeneration of the cartilage in our joints. Osteoarthritis breaks that cartilage, hyaluronic or hyaline cartilage down and causes pain and stiffness in our joints, whether it be primarily it will be the knee, the hip, and the thumbs. So specifically the CMC joint in the thumbs. So those are the primary locations that osteoarthritis will occur in the human body. Those are the biggest ones. Some classifications of the disease. Topographic osteoarthritis includes the body's joints, primarily the hips, knees, and thumbs. As I had said before, it anatomically breaks down the tissue of the cartilage, causing potential bone-on-bone arthritis and causing more pain. Physiologically, like I said, it breaks down that specific cartilage, the hyaline cartilage in the joint, and causing it to eventually dissipate and become potential bone-on-bone arthritis, which means there is absolutely no cartilage left in that specific joint. Pathologically, the nature of the disease is to get worse with time. We don't have any specific treatments or cures for osteoarthritis. Usually when a patient is starting to develop osteoarthritis, it'll eventually get worse with time. The amount of time and how fast it goes with the juristic, we don't know. We don't know how fast it will progress or how slow it will progress. That's based on patient to patient. Epidemiology of osteoarthritis includes the incidence and prevalence of it is not really known, but it's caused to be symptomatic, and it can be self-reported, it can be doctor-reported or doctor-diagnosed. Some patients are asymptomatic, and then some don't actually report at all. So the epidemiology is not specifically known because a lot of patients are asymptomatic when it comes to osteoarthritis, but it can primarily be described as pathologic, radiographic, or clinically. Statistically, osteoarthritis, patients over the age of 65, approximately 70 to 80% of them will develop arthritis or suffer from arthritis. A lot of them, like I said, don't have symptoms, but most of the patients that do have osteoarthritis over the age of 65 are having pain and stiffness in those joints. Etiologically, the osteoarthritis breaks down the cartilage, the rubby material in your joints that causes your joints to move and move smoothly. With that friction over time, it eventually dissipates, and it happens in, like I said, knees, hips, and thumbs primarily. It can happen in the shoulder, in the back a lot, and as well as the ankle and foot. Symptoms include pain and stiffness in the joints. A lot of patients experience sharp pain with certain movements or weight bearing or whatever activities that they're doing, but a lot of patients also do have that dull, constant, like toothache pain is what they describe it as. The osteoarthritis falls under a disease symptom or syndrome. It disrupts the natural pathology of the human body, breaking down that cartilage. Diagnostic tests primarily include x-rays. A lot of doctors do continue with CT scans or MRIs to better look at the stage of arthritis that a patient is experiencing or has, but the biggest, least expensive diagnostic test would be an x-ray. It's easy to tell. You can tell between three factors, including spurring and loss of cartilage, so loss of space, as well as the density of the bone when seen on the x-rays. Potential differential diagnoses could include, for example, if someone is coming in with shoulder pain and stiffness, they could potentially be having osteoarthritis, or they could have adhesive capsulitis, which is the inflammation of the joint capsule. This also causes pain and stiffness, but it isn't specifically osteoarthritis, and it's primarily not known to get worse with time. Usually adhesive capsulitis is treated with physical therapy and cortisone injections, but it's not the loss of the cartilage that is causing the pain and the stiffness. So that it depends on the body part that we're talking about, but for instance in shoulders, there's a differential diagnosis of adhesive capsulitis. There are not too many specific complications when it comes to osteoarthritis. Complications tend to come from the specific treatments that we do. Treatments could include doing nothing, living with the arthritis and living through the pain, or patients can take anti-inflammatory medications to calm down that inflammation in the joint. But those can also have side effects too when it comes to gastrointestinal issues. Patients a lot of time get cortisone injections. Cortisone injections are a immediate pain relief. It depends on the patient and can last up to years of pain relief, or some patients don't get any pain relief from those cortisone injections. There's a very small risk of having an allergic reaction or a reaction to a cortisone injection, but that risk is not ever zero. We also do have viscosupplementation injections that are only approved for the knee. It is hyaluronic acid, or it is made from rooster combs, and it's a gel-like injection that's injected into the knee to give the knee a little bit more viscous and guide smoother and hopefully help the patient with pain as well. Some patients don't experience any pain relief from these, and some people do experience great pain relief. There are an increased risk of allergic reaction after their first or second injection. So the more the patient receives these viscosupplementation injections, the possibility their risks are higher. So those complications can come from those specific treatment options. Last treatment option includes surgery. A lot of patients come into orthopedic clinics and are looking for a knee replacement or a hip replacement or a shoulder replacement. Those are great options for osteoarthritis. It gets rid of the osteoarthritis and has the patient living a hopeful, pain-free life. There's risks of surgery. There always are. So the complications of surgery are never zero. Another surgery option could include a fusion. So a lot of joints that we don't have replacements for. So joints in the foot, or complicated ankle surgeries or ankle arthritis situations, they aren't a great candidate for an ankle replacement. So a fusion is a great option. There's also risks and complications when it comes to fusions as well. So that risk for possible non-union or anything like that, that is also never zero. So that is my presentation on osteoarthritis. Thank you.